Hi everyone, good evening. So I am C. Anshu Budhia and I have a counterpart.
Hi all. Good evening. I'm CA Vishal Jain, and basically, I'd like to thank Ansu ma'am for giving me the stage to have a word with you guys and discuss that what are the probable reasons that led to unsuccessful attempt in the exam. But rather than telling an unsuccessful attempt, I'd say it is a learning curve that you have got, some experience that you have got. And now I would hand it over to Ansu ma'am. She'll take it over from here.
Okay, so guys, first of all, it's a very informal conversations that we are going to have. You all can keep your videos on, not a problem.
Right.
Audios, please be on mute. Otherwise, it will be very chaotic. Okay. So, and there is no restriction. Hindi, English, everything we will do. Okay. So please, anyone, those who wants to keep their video on, they can keep it. Audios only, when we require and when we have discussion, only then please switch on. आज का ये टॉपिक हमने लिया है वेबिनार का. दिस टॉपिक इज बेसिकली टू लुक इनटू व्हाई, दैट क्वेश्चन ऑफ व्हाई. वो जो क्वेश्चन एक व्हाई का मन में आता ना, यार मेरा क्यों नहीं क्लियर हुआ, मतलब यार उसका हो गया, बाजू वाले का हो गया, पीछे वाले का हो गया, आगे वाले का हो गया, मेरा क्यों नहीं हुआ. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, इसमें ये जो क्वेश्चन बहुत लोग बोलते हैं ना, यार इट वाज लक फैक्टर, यू हैड जस्ट हैड अ बैड डे, यू जस्ट हैड अ बैड लक. आई रियली डोंट गो बाय दैट फिलॉसफी. आई बिलीव it was all our hard work that makes you get those additional 2-3 marks जिससे आप रह गए. So probably there was something that went lagging in. Now we have to accept that hard truth. There was something that lagged, जो कुछ रह गया जिसे अब हमें कवर अप करना है. Okay guys, so I let Vishal sir also discuss what he wants to convey. Then we will be taking your points, we will be taking your queries one on one basis also. हम अपनी भी एक discussions आपके साथ करेंगे and then we will arrive at giving you a path so that next attempt we are rejoining, and that purpose of rejoining is, ma'am we have cleared, okay, or sir we have cleared. अभी वो सुनने के लिए हमें efforts देंगे. So what to you, Vishal sir?
Thank you, ma'am. So basically, you have covered almost everything, ma'am. But I'd like to add on a few points. Like, the basic intent of this session is not to discuss. Basically, the thing is, what has happened in the past, but we have to discuss that what mistake that we did in the past, which we don't need to repeat in the future, so that we have positive results in the future. So that's the basic intent of this session. Okay. And now, again, reiterating the same fact which ma'am told, that please be honest and frank with all of the points which you have, so that it is not only helpful for you but helpful for others also. Because there's a famous saying which goes by that few learns from other mistakes and few from their own. Now, here you have to take both the counterparts. You have to learn from your mistake also, and you have others learning from your mistake. So you have to take care of both the counterparts now. Okay. So now there are few points also which I got to know after discussion from few of my students who were unable to clear the exams. First and foremost thing, I got to know that they panicked on the day of the exam. Even after a very good preparation, they panicked on the day of exam, and they were not able to perform well. But in spite of the fact that they had performed, they were prepared well for the exam, but not able to perform well in the exam, right? So take it lightly. First and the foremost decision is to take it lightly. Okay, it's an exam. It's not all about your life. It's just an exam. Okay. Another thing is, whenever we are taking any decision about the exams, be rational. Sometimes what we do is like overexcited or over motivated, and we say that okay, I have to appear for 2 papers or 3 papers. We don't analyze what is the real life situation, or what is the commit. Already we have commitments in our hand, and we just commit that okay, I'll appear for 2 papers in the exam, right? So we have to analyze things properly and then take a decision. Might be the case that for one student appearing 3 papers appears logical, and for another appearing 1 paper is logical. That is a call that you have to take according to your situation. Okay, so that's all I have to say here. Now, basically what we can do is now we can open the sessions for students. one by one. We can discuss all of your queries, and we can take up your queries and discuss that.
Yeah, so I will just like to add on. पहले विशाल सर ने जो बोला उस पे, see, we are trainers, but एक टाइम पे ना हम भी स्टूडेंट्स रहे, सो वी अंडरस्टैंड दैट प्रेशर. और वो जो होता है ना कि एग्जाम के पहले फटाफट बुक को पलट के देखते हैं, एंड दैट वी सी, ओ माय गॉड, यू नो, हैव वी मिस्ड आउट ऑन समथिंग और नॉट. और समटाइम्स आई रिसीव कॉल फ्रॉम स्टूडेंट्स जस्ट वन नाइट बिफोर द एग्जाम एंड देन टेल मी, मैम प्लीज ये मुझे समझा दो नहीं कैसे कर रहे हैं. बॉस, अभी जब तुम्हारे पास 12 घंटे नहीं बचे हैं, क्यों पैनिक करो अननेसेसरी चीजों पे. जो चीज छूट गई है ना, अभी दिमाग में ये मत सोचो कि यार वो मुझे नहीं आएगा. जो चीज करी है ना उसको एकदम कॉन्फिडेंटली अच्छे से करना है. So there are just 2-3 points, even though Vishal sir has really put up the points, but I'll just put up 2-3 points जो मुझे personally लगता है over the years that I have found students you know clearing the exam, वो 2-3 चीजें ना difference थी between not clearing and clearing. So I would just like to add those points जो मैंने observe किया, जो मैंने experience भी किया as a student, and which I got to know from my students. Number one and the foremost, time management. जब हम अपने क्लास में क्वेश्चंस करते हैं या हम खुद मॉक टेस्ट कर रहे हैं, देन वी फील दैट यार 3 घंटे में आराम से पेपर हो जाता है, कोई लोड ही नहीं, कोई टेंशन ही नहीं. एग्जाम में जाके सडनली लगता है मैम वी आर ऑन द कंप्यूटर स्क्रीन, मैम नहीं चल रहा था, फिंगर्स नहीं मूव हो रहे थे, एक्सेल पे काम नहीं हो रहा था. क्यों? क्योंकि हमने 2 चीजों में लैक किया. एक तो जब हम अपनी खुद की प्रिपरेशन कर रहे थे, हमने टाइमर वो कभी सेट ही नहीं किया. So please guys, whenever you're preparing for your attempts, whatever attempts and whichever paper, please वो एक stopwatch रखो, especially section C के लिए, because सारी गेम section C पे आ जाता है ultimately. Because हमें लगता है यार हमारे पास तो 1 घंटे बचे हुए हैं, 2 क्वेश्चन या 3 क्वेश्चन है सेक्शन सी के, आराम से हो जाएंगे, बट वो पहला क्वेश्चन ही 45 मिनट्स ले लेता है, एंड देन वी पैनिक. So time management, please start from the day one you're doing section C question in your class. Second, I would like to add in, I've observed students where in the last day or just before the exam, they are not leaving the books. Trust me, अगर आप अपने एग्जाम के 12 घंटे पहले तक अपने दिमाग को थोड़ा खाली रखोगे तो वो फ्रेश रहेगा. अदरवाइज वो ओवरबर्डन्ड, पैनिकिंग मोड में रहेगा. एग्जाम में जाते हुए एग्जाम हॉल में देख के सब चीजें ब्लैंक एंड you're done. I would just like to share one example. I had one of my students, I think he was the best of best, because I don't remember even a single case in the class when he had missed. In the mock test that we did in the class, in taxes only out of 100 it scored 96, but in the exam he could not clear. I mean, it was a bigger shock for me. बट वो क्यों नहीं क्लियर हुआ, उसने बाद में मुझे बोला कि मैम मैं सेक्शन ए तक तो अच्छा किया, सेक्शन बी में मुझे वो क्वेश्चन समझ नहीं आया, मुझे ब्लैंक हो गया, प्लस मुझे नींद आने लग गई थी. सो तब मैंने पूछा भाई तो कितने घंटे सोया था, एंड देन ही सेड आई जस्ट स्लेप्ट फॉर 3 hours 4 hours क्योंकि एग्जाम का प्रेशर था. डोंट डू दिस. हमें रिलैक्स रहना है. अगर जरूरत हो तो एग्जाम के 1 दिन पहले ना मूवी देख लो, चिल मारो. सो दिस इज व्हाट वी फील. Lack of practice was another thing that me and Vishal sir were discussing, that but students when they go in the exam, sometimes they feel यार 2 पेपर दे रहा हूँ, 3 पेपर दे रहा हूँ, आधे के मॉक टेस्ट हुए, आगे तक आधे के नहीं हुए, पास्ट पेपर्स नहीं हुए, कुछ नहीं किया, बस हमने जो अपनी PNR किट कर ली और हम आ गए. हाँ, आपको मॉक टेस्ट नहीं किया तो आपको कैसे आपको कॉन्फिडेंस आएगा अपने एग्जाम्स में? जब तक आपने वो लाइव एनवायरमेंट फील नहीं किया, जब तक आपने मॉक टेस्ट का 3 घंटे का प्रेशर नहीं फील किया, हाउ आर यू गोइंग टू अटेम्प्ट दैट पेपर इन द एग्जाम? And so it's a professional exam. Again, I'm repeating, ये professional exam, it's not that BCom exam or the regular your regular undergraduate's exam or the graduate exams. You're not undergoing that. It's a proper professional exam. So trust me, वहां पे आपकी skills सारे test होती हैं. So time management, reading the question very very properly, because आपका 50% का जो आंसर है ना वो क्वेश्चन में छुपा होता है. ट्रस्ट मी, अगर ढंग से क्वेश्चन पढ़ते हो ना, आंसर तुरंत 50% हमें वही मिल जाता है, दिमाग ही काम करना शुरू हो जाता है. सो रीड द क्वेश्चन प्रॉपरली, टाइम मैनेजमेंट, दीज आर सम ऑफ द पॉइंट्स कि बाय डिफॉल्ट हर पेपर पे एप्लीकेबल है, तो प्लीज फॉलो कर रहे हैं. ओके, नाउ विशाल सर, इफ यू थिंक, I think we can tell them to unmute and just whatever queries they have, तो हम एक एक करके सबकी queries भी ले सकते हैं. and then बाद में थोड़ा सा ACCA पे guidance भी दे सकते.
Definitely.
So everyone please unmute yourself. बहुत सी class नहीं चल रही है. It's a discussion forum. Hello, everyone unmute and it's an individual opportunity यार. पूछो क्या question, क्या problems आपने face की, क्यों आपका clear नहीं हुआ था?
Starting with do you want me to call out names?
Yeah, you can. Please, you can just take.
Siddhant, please start with the queries.
Hello. Hello, good evening, ma'am and sir.
Yeah.
I got 49 in SBR. I failed by 1 mark. And for me, it was my first ACCA exam. I came from a CA background where I failed with multiple attempts in CA as well. For me, ACCA was totally a roller coaster ride. For the first exam, I also faced the issues with the teacher as well. I didn't like the way he was teaching, so I have to start from the very scratch. I learned from the YouTube videos. I didn't get that much time to go for the mock exams, although I was trying my best, but I didn't appear for that. And one thing, I was not able to attempt the whole paper. For example, in the SBR, as per my view, I attempted for 80 marks with the quality. But for the next 20 minutes, I had only 10 minutes left. For 20 marks, I had only 10 minutes left. So I was not able to attempt in a well way that question. So that was the lacking that I think that has happened. And my question to you is, will the pen paper mode will be more beneficial, or it's a remote? Because typing is an issue. Yes, definitely.
But we don't have an option for pen and paper mode, right? And even if we appear for center based, we have to type it there also in the system.
Okay, we have only pen paper, only computer based only.
System based, right?
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'll just add one more point to you, Siddhant. जो आपने बोला ना that I'm facing the typing errors and all. When you're working in a corporate, do you write with a pen and paper, or you're working on the computers?
I'm working on the computers, and typing is a daily activity, but
No, I didn't want to comprehend anything, but what I wanted to say is, see, you have got accustomed to that situation because you are doing that work from day one. So daily thing you are doing, no, daily आप जब वो कर रहे हो तो करते करते प्रैक्टिस हो गई. सो वही प्रैक्टिस हम यहाँ पे अडॉप्ट करते ना. आज अगर आप प्रिपरेशन शुरू कर रहे हो, आज आपने पहला अपना केस स्टडी देखा SBR का, तो आज से क्यों नहीं शुरू कर रहे हम उसको टाइप करना. वो कब होता है जब हम अपनी पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं वो रजिस्टर पे दैट नोटबुक पे, और हम वहां पे पेन एंड पेपर पे कर रहे हैं. तो मुझे ग्रेजुअली क्या हो रहा है, पेन एंड पेपर की आदत ज्यादा हो रही है. जब आप शुरू से अपना वर्किंग अगर एक्सेल पे करोगे अपने कंप्यूटर पे, तो आपको डे 1 पे स्पीड कम रहेगी, डे 2 पे रहेगी, डे 3 पे रहेगी, उसके बाद तो यूज टू होगे ना. Right? So one thing that, and I believe what lacked in you was conceptual clarity. ठीक है. तो आई बिलीव अब आप जब री स्टडी करते हो, अपने जो कॉन्सेप्ट्स आपको नहीं मतलब जो क्लैरिटी नहीं है, सी रट के तो कुछ भी काम नहीं होगा ACCA में. ठीक है. यस. सो if you have any concept which is not cleared, so then you can approach a trainer or any particular person with those concepts, or with your ex trainer, so whatever it is, but get those concepts cleared. क्योंकि वो concepts आपको वापस अटकाएंगे ना, चाहे 4 बार भी एग्जाम दोगे, अगर वो ब्लॉकेज है तो उसको क्लियर करना जरूरी है. Okay, so find a way out for that. What is the way out? Either you can go for the crash courses that they are adopted by different institutes. अगर आपको लगता है that is a solution, you can go for it. You can contact your trainer. You can just contact any of your friends, if you want to. So you can, but whatever it is, just get the concepts clear. Start working on Excel and manage your time, and go for practice. क्योंकि mock test नहीं करना is a big lag in your preparation.
So would just like to add on few points. Siddhant, you are in my AAA class, right? Did you ever wonder why I used to type in AAA? Ever did you wonder? You thought about it
Yeah.
I type the class, right? I don't write, I type. You know why? Because a student has to type in the exam, right? And that's the habit that I want you guys to inculcate in yourself also. Because see, that was a different time when we used to write with pen and paper, right? Nowadays, we used to always we use system, right? We used to type. The times are gone when we used to use pen and paper for the exams. So see, if after qualifying we have to use system, then why not use it from now itself, right? Second thing about the conceptual clarity which I faced about you, like see, it's about not to blame any educator or anyone. Okay, see what has happened, right? It's you who has to take care of yourself, right?
Yeah.
Now, what you have to do is you have to find out. See, there are two ways of revising anything. One is read and revise. Another is recall and revise. Right? What you have to do is recall and revise. When you are revising by recalling, you will identify the gaps where your conceptual clarity has lagged. Now, for that conceptual clarity, you can contact either your previous trainers or any of you, as Sumam also mentioned, or you can contact me as well. Like that's totally your call. Totally your call.
So
That's
you can
totally your
contact,
call.
not a problem. Any one of us, not a problem.
Any one of us, you can reach out to us, and we're happy to help. We are happy to help. And third thing is, please do appear mock tests. And Ansumam was telling me just before the session also that we have to reiterate or we have to emphasize on examiner report. That we have to emphasize on examiner report. Many a times, see, I'll tell you what examiner report gives us, and Ansumam will guide also on that. Okay. See, we know that this is the answer for any question, but we don't know that what is the mistake that we do not need to do in the exam. We are not required to do in the exam. This is the thing which we are not required. See, knowing the answer is not the end of everything. Knowing what not to do is also required, which examiner report tells. Because in the examiner report, if you read, it says two things. A stronger candidate tends to do this, and a weaker candidate tends to do this. So what a stronger candidate tends to do, you have to follow that, and what a weaker candidates tend to do, you are not required to repeat that, right? So that's a learning that you have to get. And again, reiterating on the same fact, you have to appear for mock test a minimum of 3 for all the exams which you are appearing.
Yeah, so I'll just like to add with Vishal sir, you have just rightly pointed out everything. We will do one thing at the end of this session, no, just 5 minutes before, I will just take them to ACCA website. Again, those who may not be familiar with examiner reports, we'll just show them any subjects, examiner reports. So then they can get this insight that how valuable this is. So let's take the next. Siddhant, is it all okay? So now we can take the next person's query.
Yes. Yes, please.
Okay.
Come on.
Hello, good evening, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Actually, sir, I'm new to ACCA, and you are my first teacher in ACCA.
Okay.
So I just came here to know, okay, what and all mistakes are not, which should not be done.
Okay, okay, understood.
Because like I'm a CA student. For past 6 years, I've been doing CA, but I couldn't clear even the intergroup. So I just came for ACCA because I was interested in it, and CA, like what to tell you, because of family peer pressures. And even though when I joined CA, like I scored around 192, 193, and 194, all kind of things. But I couldn't clear. I couldn't cross the border, even though I did the analysis. In ACCA, I am desperate for the pass in F1. So I just came to know, okay, what are the things?
No. Sorry, Salman. I'll just say that what's gone is gone. Don't worry on that. What's gone is gone.
Okay,
now you have to focus on, because what's gone you cannot change that, right? So focus on the future, and you will be, I think you will get lots of insights in this session. So please stay in the session. Okay, you will get the insights. Moving on to the next one, Sahil.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Sahil.
Good afternoon. Good evening.
So मैंने तो apply नहीं किया था actually. I haven't applied for the June attempt because in between I left for preparation because of the responsibility which I received from my company. So I haven't prepared. So that's why I prefer not to appear for June attempt.
That's okay, but then you must be focusing for your future attempts, na? So you have any
Yes.
question, any particular queries to ask?
Not yet actually.
Okay, then just stay in the session, because you will have a lot of information which are shared by your
Yes.
peers,
Yes.
which we'll be discussing, which will help you when you're preparing for your exams.
Yes. 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 Yes.
So
Sure.
good. Okay.
Moving on to next one, we can move on to Zakir Mohammed.
Salman, can you mute yourself, please? Those who have spoken, can you mute? Thank you.
Good evening, ma'am, and good evening, sir.
Good evening,
Good
Zakir.
evening, Zakir.
I'm regularly attending Anshu ma'am's class now, but I couldn't attend your FR classes, sir, due to work commitments. And I had enrolled somewhere around mid of April.
That's okay. We are discussing your
Whatever
points here.
videos,
Forget
yeah,
about this.
whatever videos I searched for there, it was very nice. As if we did my BCom again, I felt that. But I was little uncomfortable in the CBE section. Section C, I think practice would be required there. Uh, that's the thing. And secondly, I'm already in a government job. I'm working as an audit officer. I was trying to explore the avenues abroad. So is ACCA a good platform to get
Yes.
avenues abroad? That was my question, ma'am. And we're planning to relocate to Germany. Only if IFRS will do, or entire ACCA we can do, or first I'll do complete IFRS, then go ahead with the ACCA. These are the basic questions which I needed the
Okay.
answer. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah, that it work. This practice-wise, I know that if you practice, you'll clear, or else it will not be there. So that's fine from my side. As well, trying to complete the FR now, and will be giving in September attempt both your taxation and FR. Yes.
Yeah, I think Zakir, you will have lots of insights in the session.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
Zakir, for your point, yes, if you're moving abroad, definitely ACC is a to go degree. To go degree. I mean, it's a go to degree that if you're going abroad, definitely it's a good degree. IFRS is you cannot compare IFRS with ACC. IFRS is getting that clarity on the financial statements when you're filing it, as per the regulatory authorities. ACC is covering more than this. So IFRS is like a diploma, and ACC is a degree. So getting
Fine.
both of them, it's a perfect combination, when you want to work in MNCs, or even if you want to practice there, it's a very lethal and very good combination.
Yeah,
Coming
presently,
to,
presently I'm moving to Germany, so I need a basic level of German also, I believe.
yes.
Yeah.
And yes, and coming to your point, that section C point, I think this is a common point for all students. Many times, what we do, we have a habit, हम question देखते हैं, साथ साथ answer भी देखते हैं. To be honest, क्यों? We sometimes feel that 2 question तो section C के कर लिए, third अब इतना कौन करेगा, चलो फटाफट answer देख के, and then when you see answer, your brain says समझ में आ गया. But until and unless you do your own practice, even if you're doing 3 questions in the class, doesn't matter. जब तक आपने back foot पे खुद से practice नहीं की, तब तक वो, that's unsuccessful practice. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So there was
And please, I request all students जिनकी query resolve हो रही है, please do not leave, because we are going to be discussing a general point also that's going to be really important for all of you at the end of the session. So that's around 7:30. So please do not leave before that. Okay, that's my request. Yeah.
Khushi, you would like to have your queries?
Khushi.
Yeah, good morning, ma'am. Good morning. Sorry, good evening, sir. Good evening.
It's okay.
Actually, ma'am, I was appeared for FR in March attempt, but I couldn't clear. But what was my problem? कि सब समझता है topic वगैरह सब I understand, but when I want to do practice, I can't able to solve a single question while I'm doing practice. So, can you please suggest me what can I do? And section C mostly what is an adjustment like association, a chapter or group disposal, or this is a combined question. I was very confused that time in exam.
Okay. I'll take up this question now. Yes. So basically, tell me a few things. did you revise the syllabus as and when your educator was teaching you, or you just kept on logging it off?
Actually, I was with a self study. I have taken taxation in a VG learning until madams.
Okay.
I didn't take FR.
That's great. Okay. See, I'll tell you about FR. If you have not taken classes, that's totally fine. Many students clear without classes also. See, what you have to do is step one. Listen to me very carefully in this, the process that you have to follow if you are not taking any classes for FR, and that's absolutely fine. Okay. Step one is read the material, whichever you are using, either PPP or Kaplan, both are equally good. Okay. Read the material and try to get the understanding of it. See, when I say the understanding, what student does is they just understand what is the treatment, but that will not help you. You have to understand why that treatment is required to be given. So what, along with why, is what is required for you to get a conceptual clarity of all the concepts. Okay. So first, cover up the conceptual clarity of all the IFRS without covering the group accounting, without covering the single entity financial statements, or without covering the ratio analysis. Just cover up the IFRS standards. Okay, just cover up those. Once you have covered those, in step number 2, move on to preparation of single entity financial statements. Okay, because when you move on to preparation of single entity financial statements, what happens is you have the understanding of IFRS. Now you are applying that knowledge to prepare the financial statements, right? So what happens when you prepare the financial statements, you get an understanding of how exactly or what the financial statements are prepared basically. Now, once you are done with this one, then you can move on to group accounting. Because when you move on to group accounting, you already have the knowledge of how a financial statements are prepared or what are the nitty-gritties of a financial statements. And now you can combine, or you can prepare the consolidated financial, like merging the two FS, right? And now if you have merged the two FS, it's a time to move on to ratio analysis, because you are analyzing the financial statements. It can be from company to company, same company year on year, or consolidated financial statement, single financial statement. It can be multiple cases. Now, so again, this is a way of study. Third, after that, what you have to do is, once you are done all these things, once you have done all those things, start practicing section C from the past papers. Now, when you are practicing section C from the past papers, solve the section C on your own. Even if you are solving it all of the part wrong, 100% wrong, still it's good, but solve on your own. Compare your answer with the suggested answers, and then read the examiner report. Okay, might be the case for the first 3 papers you are scoring 0 out of 40, but you will see the growth of the marks, growth trajectory you will see when you start solving one paper, then next, then third, then fourth, then fifth. You will start seeing the growth trajectory. Now, one thing which you have to take care of here is, when you are solving any paper, you will definitely do certain mistakes. Make a note of all those mistakes. And when you are right before the day of your examinations, revise all the mistakes that you have done. What is happening? See, there are a set of mistakes that a student does in the exam. If you have noted down all the mistakes, and if you are not repeating those mistakes in the exam, new mistakes will not come up, right? So that's the thing. Just take control over all your mistakes. That's what you have to do. And still, if you face any other queries, you are happy to discuss now here.
Okay, and so section C में जो adjustment वगैरह होता है वो consolidation के और plus association और group disclosure के all combined होता है क्या? So I'm not able to solve.
वो सारे जो भी adjustments होते हैं ना, वो सब combined होते हैं. जैसे group accounting का 4 चैप्टर है, right? तो वो चारों चैप्टर से ऐसा नहीं होगा कि किसी एक चैप्टर से क्वेश्चन आएगा, नहीं. वो चारों चैप्टर से मिला के हर चैप्टर से कुछ एडजस्टमेंट लेके वो लोग एक कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव क्वेश्चन बनाते हैं, राइट? ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि एक क्वेश्चन में सब्सिडरी भी है और एसोसिएट भी है, राइट? ऐसा भी हो सकता है क्वेश्चन में सब्सिडरी एसोसिएट है और सब्सिडरी को बीच में डिस्पोज किया गया है. इट कैन बी द केस, राइट? सो क्वेश्चन किसी भी तरह आ सकता है, बट आई विल अश्योर यू, इफ यू सॉल्व ऑल द पास्ट पेपर्स, nothing will come out of it. उसके बाहर कुछ नहीं आएगा.
Yeah, even if you're not able to solve all, sorry I'm interrupting, you know, even if you're solving 3 to 4, अगर आपका टाइम कम है, even 4 पेपर्स भी आपने किए, you will get to know कि mixed questions आते हैं. And section C is only testing you for the comprehensive ability. सो उसमें हमेशा आपके पास मिक्स क्वेश्चन रहेंगे हर सब्जेक्ट में.
Okay. Okay.
And I think you appear. So which exam you are appearing for in September now?
Audit and plus FR. Audit plus
Okay.
FR.
Okay. So now I think this FR advice it would be very helpful for you for September, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
Thank you
Any
so
other
much.
queries, Khushi?
No. Thank you so much.
Okay. Great. Good.
We can move on to next.
Who's the next one? Can you please raise your hand? Who's the next one? So then we'll just call the names.
Yeah, please.
So Alia. Yeah, Deepti. Please unmute yourself.
Hi, ma'am. Hi, sir.
Hi,
So
Deepti.
I'm a student of both of you. Ma'am, I scored a 40 in PM this time, and I scored a 42 in FR. So my problem here is, ma'am, I panic, which you are aware of. I panicked during the exam, and I don't know what problem. The problem with I had practiced a little less on the platform. Sometimes the computer gets stuck a lot of time, as in it's not as smooth as Excel that we use on daily basis. So my one important question is that whether we should make use of the scratch pad or the Excel sheet, because scratch pad things continue to be retained till the end of the exam. So how to go about it? Second thing, मैम मैंने सीबी में प्रैक्टिस कम की थी, टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट. आई थिंक दैट इज वन ऑफ द रीजन. एंड मेरे को ऑफिस अटेंड करना पड़ा था 1-2 दिन पहले, सो दैट्स वेयर थिंग गॉट अ लिटिल मेसी and I skipped my one question at the end. So this is the crux of what I have been my mistakes, ma'am. If you can guide me, and sir, if you can guide me as well. और मेरा FR में मैंने पूरा प्रिपेयर नहीं किया था, बट जितना प्रिपेयर किया था I had done it मतलब properly. I attended like 20 classes live, and I got to know pretty late that it is very, very crucial, as in you kept emphasizing that attend the classes on everyday basis, but because I was preparing for 2 papers, so mujhe laga ki like so that's where I messed up, I guess. So if you can guide me.
Okay, so I'll just take up one point. Deepti first, because I know it was a second PM attempt, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And first PM attempt में भी panicking problem हुई थी, second PM attempt में भी panicking problem हुई है. So मतलब you are going to go first of all one subject at a time. दूसरा, panic problem कब होती है? जब back of the mind कहीं ना कहीं हमें पता है कि मेरी preparation कहीं कुछ ना कुछ कम रही. Like sir जैसे I had pointed out, when you were doing your section C questions, did you make a note of, या आपने ये देखा कि मेरी गलतियां कहाँ हो रही है? Even in section A, section B, when you were practicing, it is very important कि आपने ये देखना होता है कि यार मेरी गलतियां exactly कहाँ हो रही हैं. क्योंकि हम पैनिक मोड में कब आते हैं एग्जाम में? जब एक क्वेश्चन मेरे सामने आया और वो मुझे नहीं हो रहा है, वो मेरे मुझसे नहीं हो रहा है, तो मेरा दिमाग ब्लैंक हो जाता है और उसके बाद के सारे क्वेश्चंस मुझे लगता है मुझसे नहीं होंगे. तो कहीं ना कहीं ये इसलिए भी रिस्पॉन्सिबल है क्योंकि अगर आपको सपोज कॉन्सेप्ट आप बोल रहे हो मुझे पूरे क्लियर है, तो मतलब 2 चीजें होती है ना करने के लिए, एक तो कॉन्सेप्ट क्लैरिटी, एक एग्जाम प्रिपरेशन विद क्वेश्चन प्रैक्टिस. अगर मेरा क्वेश्चन प्रैक्टिस लैकिंग हो रहा है तब मुझे कॉन्फिडेंस लो होगा और तब मैं पैनिकिंग मोड में ज्यादा आऊंगी, राइट? सो दीप्ति, आई फील you can be on unmute mode, not a problem. So matlab for PM I would like to add on ki I've seen you in the class, you were used to answer the questions well in the class, but sometimes you used to get panicked in the class also agar wo answer nahi aa raha hota to. So pehli baat ye hai ki jab aap apni khud ki bhi practice kar rahe ho, प्लीज ये मत देखो कि मेरा आंसर करेक्ट आया या गलत आ रहा है, मैं खुद कर रही हूँ. और उसका एक चार्ट बनाओ कि आज जो मैंने 4 क्वेश्चंस किए थे उसमें 0 0 0 आए, कल मैंने 4 क्वेश्चंस किए और मुझे 10 आए, तो मतलब मैं इम्प्रूव हो रही हूँ. सो वो जो इम्प्रूवमेंट चार्ट है ना, वो बहुत नेसेसरी है प्रिपरेशन के लिए. सीबी प्रैक्टिस बहुत जरूरी है, क्योंकि ये एक्सेल की प्रॉब्लम है एग्जाम में। हमारा जो स्मूथ है, क्योंकि वहां पे बहुत फंक्शंस डिसेबल्ड रहते हैं और वो प्रोटेक्टेड रहते हैं, इसलिए वहां पे वो एक्सेल इतना स्मूथ नहीं चलता है। हम सीबी या लर्निंग प्लेटफॉर्म से प्रैक्टिस इसीलिए बोलते हैं, ताकि वो आप उस एनवायरमेंट में वैसी स्पीड वाले एक्सेल पे काम कर सको। And one more thing that you had pointed out for the scratch pad, see, using the scratch pad when you're using in the remote exam में या अपने सेंटर बेस में भी, अगर आप स्क्रीन वाला स्क्रैच पैड यूज करते हो, बहुत बार हमारी स्पीड स्लो हो जाती है उधर। बट सो आई फील, और एक्सेल तो आपके पूरे टाइम रहता ही नहीं है सेक्शन सी के अलावा, तो या तो आप अपना स्क्रैच पैड तो आपको वैसे भी चाहिए सेक्शन ए और बी के लिए, जब सेक्शन सी कर रहे हो ना, तो स्क्रैच पैड की जगह सामने एक्सेल खुला हुआ तो वो यूज करो, वो आपके लिए ज्यादा स्मूथ रहेगा यूज करना। And Vishal sir wants to add on more points. Then Deepti, please tell us, did it satisfy you, and is it clear, showing your path जहाँ पे जाके एग्जाम क्लियर करना है और होगा? Because I know you are worth it.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, na, the thing is, thanks, ma'am. You answered all my queries. But having said that, ma'am, अब the thing is कि like मेरे को PM और FR जैसे करना है. But you said कि go for one because ma'am मेरा starting में I called you also ना, मेरा stuck हो गया था system. I was not able to go pass. मतलब मेरा हो ही नहीं रहा था, मतलब as in I was not able to appear in the exam, the first exam PM वाला. So that also made it a little chaotic for me. मैम अब ये जैसे पीएम की अगर मैं इफ आई चूज टू गिव वन ऑफ द पेपर, इफ एट ऑल आई चूज टू गिव
एफआर, पीएम 2 बार दिया ना, एक बार पीएम का ब्रेक लो, एक ब्रेक लेके फिर अटेम्प्ट दो। सो विशाल सर, कैन यू गाइड मोर?
See, Dipti, I think you have covered all the points. That's the mistake that you have done, right? First thing, you didn't attend live lectures, right? See, that's not a big challenge. But what happens when you attend live lectures? No, that cannot be changed. So let's not discuss over it. Now, what can be discussed is first thing. I think you already have the access for the lectures, right?
Yes, sir.
So watch the lectures properly from scratch till the end. Watch the lectures properly. Now, first step. Second step, don't just keep on watching the lectures. Don't just keep on watching the lectures. Don't accumulate it. When you watch the lectures, right after the lecture, revise it. Right after the lecture, revise it. Solve the assignments. Okay. And you must be seeing that I have taken tests also, right? You have the test papers with you. Solve the test papers. You have the test papers discussion class also, right? But see the discussion class only after appearing for the test and evaluating your marks according to yourself, right? And then you can see the test paper discussion lecture and analyze that where you have made mistake and keep a note of it in a separate notebook, right? Right now I've told that point as well. Now, see, after you think that you have covered almost 80% of syllabus, start appearing for the mock tests. Start appearing for the mock tests. See, in a 100% mark mock test, you might be able to solve only 80 marks question, right? That's totally fine. Evaluate yourself in 80 marks itself. But and another thing is you have to solve this mock test in a practice platform, not in a pen and paper or an Excel file. No, please solve in ACCA practice platform, because see, that's the best thing that is done by ACCA, I believe. Because अगर जिस practice platform में एग्जाम में देना है environment में, तो अगर वो हमारे अभी readily available है, तो why not use that, right? Why not use that? So उसका optimum use करो. That's what I've been emphasizing in the class as well. ACCA practice platform का हमेशा यूज करो. जो भी mock test है ACCA practice platform में ही दो. Don't use pen and paper. Don't use pen and paper.
For all students. All students.
For all students. Whether whichever paper you are appearing, whether it be AAA, FR, PM, tax, whichever paper you appear, make use of optimum use of ACCA practice platform. Optimum use of it.
So,
just one more point, Deepti. Don't make your past haunt you. ऐसे जरूरी नहीं होता कि अगर मैं लास्ट अटेम्प्ट में फेल हुई या सेकंड लास्ट में फेल हूं तो मैं वापस अभी फेल होंगी. बिल्कुल जरूरी नहीं. देयर आर स्टूडेंट्स हु हैव हैड मल्टीपल अटेम्प्ट्स फॉर 1 or 2 पेपर्स और आगे सारा उन्होंने एक अटेम्प्ट में क्लियर कर लिया. तो लाइक सर सेट, पास्ट जो हुआ है ना उसको छोड़ो, अभी फ्यूचर को देखना है.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, one question I have, like, you just advised me ki skip PM as for now. So, ma'am, just to keep the momentum going, should I take up any of the practice test for now for 1.5 months, or should I let it hold for 1.5 months?
let it hold for 1.5 months. Let your mind be just concentrating on one subject only, because the moment you get your one subject clear, you will get your confidence back, and that will really boost up your confidence. I really feel that. So please concentrate on only one subject right now.
ओके मैम, मेरा एक्चुअली जो वेरिएंस एनालिसिस वाला होता है, आई थिंक आई डिस्कस दैट विद यू मैम. दैट्स वेयर आई वाज नॉट एबल टू एनालाइज इट वेल. And one of the thing which I felt was because I did not have your class handy in this attempt, तो वो उस वजह से भी हुआ था. So would just analyzing your questions would help, because उसमें सब कुछ होता है, या फिर मेरे को मैनुअली मैं करूँ हर क्वेश्चन को, in case when मतलब as and when I apply for the exam.
Whenever you apply for it, if you're not clear with that concept, just contact me. I'll have a call with you. और मैं एक question, कोई भी हम 1 या 2 question उठा के, we will discuss it over the phone or over a call, whatever it is, over Zoom, anything. Let me get that thing cleared from the root. Okay?
ठीक है मैम, ठीक है.
So contact me that time. अभी ये attempt में नहीं, next attempt में.
हाँ जी, ठीक है मैम, ठीक है. So yes sir. Sir, FR के लिए sir I have one query कि like मैंने till 18 chapter तो मैंने किया, मतलब till leases I had practiced, but उसके बाद मैंने practice नहीं, मतलब वो videos नहीं देखे हैं, मतलब after 18th lecture नहीं देखे. तो should I continue after 18th या मैं starting से ही सब कुछ फिर से करना शुरू करूँ?
After 18th. But you start lecture from after 18th, but start revising the previous lectures. Right? And if you at all you feel any query or any doubt in that, or if you want to revisit the lectures, you can do that. If you have any queries, you can reach out to me.
Okay sir.
Yeah.
ठीक है.
Okay. Deepti, so good luck. Do it and get it.
हाँ जी sir. Thank you so much ma'am. Thanks.
Yeah, right. Be there. Don't leave. Charu,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
you're the next one. Please ask your query.
Yeah, hello ma'am. Hello sir.
Hi.
Hello.
Ma'am, actually this is my first attempt in September for taxation.
You're with me?
Yeah, hello ma'am.
No, you have taken taxes with me or with someone else?
No ma'am, with you. I have seen all the recorded lectures of yours. I just wanted to know that for what mode I should opt, center based or remote, which one is better?
I prefer center based mode, because there are no lags. Invigilator ka, sometimes they waste your time. Sorry to say, they will say, आपका background दिखाओ, आपका ये दिखाओ, वो दिखाओ, उसमें 10 मिनट गए. So I prefer center based में. एक तो concentrated रहते हो, focused रहते हो, और center based में आके कोई glitches नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है, so you are more comfortable. So I vote for center based. What do you say, Vishal?
Responsibility is not yours.
Nothing is yours.
Them, right?
Yes.
You have to just focus on the exam. That's all.
Yeah.
घर में देने से चैलेंज क्या आता है ना कि समटाइम्स लाइक कि सिस्टम में प्रॉब्लम है, नेट में प्रॉब्लम है, लाइट नहीं है, कनेक्शंस नहीं है, व्हाटएवर इट इज. समटाइम्स जैसे कि अभी चैलेंजेस है, यू कैन अपीयर फॉर द नेक्स्ट वीक. मेंटली प्रिपेयर्ड है यार अभी एग्जाम देने के लिए. अब नेक्स्ट वीक देने जाएंगे, फिर वो चैलेंजेस आएगा, राइट? सो आई प्रेफर ऑलवेज फॉर सेंटर बेस्ड, बिकॉज़ वो लेना ही नहीं टेंशन. फोकस जस्ट ऑन द एग्जाम्स.
हाँ जी. वहाँ पे मैम कैलसी वगैरह अलाउड होते हैं?
Yes. और मैंने आपको फर्स्ट लेक्चर में भी इसके ऊपर गाइडेंस दी हुई है. एंड इन फैक्ट नाउ आल्सो इन द मीन टाइम आई विल गिव यू गाइडेंस कौन से कैलकुलेटर्स अलाउड है, साइंटिफिक रेगुलर में कौन से अलाउड है, क्या आपको प्रोसीजर होना चाहिए एग्जामिनेशन में, दैट वी आर गोइंग टू बी कवरिंग आल्सो.
Or they will provide us pen or paper, or
yes, they will provide you 2 sheets and a paper. और उसमें आप आराम से कर सकते हो आपको जो करना है अपने कैलकुलेटर. इसलिए मैं क्लास में भी बोलती हूँ, प्लीज प्रैक्टिस, एंड दिस इज फॉर एवरीवन गाइस, प्लीज प्रैक्टिस विद द सेम कैलकुलेटर इन द क्लास दैट यू आर गोइंग टू कैरी इन द एग्जाम, क्योंकि हमारी उंगलियों को आदत हो जाती है वैसे चलने की. Okay, so always do that. Okay, and please keep practicing along with the class a lot.
Or they provide us laptop or computers, any idea ma'am?
Desktops, any idea? No, we know. So desktops, they provide you with the desktop. Okay. वहां पे जाके सारा स्क्रीन ओपन है, आपको कुछ नहीं करना है, बस अपना माउस आपके पास रहेगा एंड कीबोर्ड में टाइप करना है, माउस के लिए कर्सर मूव करना. that's only your responsibility there. You will get, if you're not carrying pen also, you're forgotten, they will give you pen or pencil and 2 papers, so that's okay, but it's written that you should carry your own stationery. पेपर वो देंगे, पेन पेंसिल आप लेके जाओगे. आपके वहां पे टाइमर रिवर्स मोड में चलेगा, तो आपको वॉच भी नहीं पहनना अलाउड है, वॉच पहनना की भी कोई जरूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि वहां पे सामने एग्जाम में ऊपर टाइमर रिवर्स मोड में चलता रहेगा। टाइमर खत्म, एग्जाम बंद, कुछ नहीं करना फिर।
Okay, that's all, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. And study hard.
Okay, thank you,
So we
ma'am.
have the next one.
Who's next?
Have you taken Alia's query? Alia, you're there?
Yes, ma'am. Can you
Yeah.
hear?
Yeah, please have your
Can
query.
you hear it? Sir, I'm recently joined in the ACCA month only, and it's for FR subject. Sir, I have asked you in the last day, that's whether can I use books of Kaplan?
I couldn't hear
You
you
have
properly.
said
Can
that
you please repeat?
sorry, sir.
We couldn't hear you.
She's asking, can she use Kaplan books?
For FR.
FR.
Yes, yes, you can use. See,
FR.
if you're with BGLD, they will definitely they have a BBP. Okay, but personally you can use any. But yes, because in the classes, if you have taken classes from me, we use BBP material, so it's better to use BBP when you are taking classes from me. Otherwise, if not, or if you're taking classes from anyone, you can follow their material, or in general, you can use any material. Both are fine.
But I just like to add one thing, Alia, please try to follow one material if it is possible. If you have multiple materials ना, content तो एक ही है, questions भी mostly same ही रहते हैं, थोड़े बहुत figures अलग रहते हैं, but दो material देख के ना एक bulkiness mind में आती है that you have to complete two materials. So if it is convenient, then only go for two. Otherwise, first focus on completing one material. उसके बाद आपको लगता है मेरे पास बहुत टाइम और है, then you can focus, then you can complete the other material. What do you say, sir?
I'll totally agree on that. बस एक क्या होता है ना, माइंड में ना वो इमेज बनता है. If you refer two modules for the same concept, वो इमेज बन ही नहीं पाएगा, दो इमेज बन जाएगा उस चीज का, राइट? तो जस्ट फोकस वन. अगर टाइम बच गया भी है ना, तो भी उसी मॉड्यूल को फिर से रिवाइज कर लो, उसी मॉड्यूल को फिर से रिवाइज कर लो, वो बेटर है. बिकॉज ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि बीबीपी में कुछ है और कैप्टन में कुछ नहीं है, दोनों में बराबर है, दोनों इक्वली है. So follow which you feel is comfortable or which is more suitable for you. That's call is yours.
Okay. So any other query, Alia?
So I have decided to no any other queries. That's all. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Now I think who's next? Charu has answered asked query, right? Kapil.
Kapila, you're there. Please unmute yourself. Okay, so let's do one thing. In the meantime, let's move to Khushi.
Khushi, I think we have already taken.
Acha, Khushi, we have taken.
Right.
Naman.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, actually, I don't have any queries as of now because I'm preparing for September attempt. But Vishal, sir, I want to ask you something.
Yes.
Sir, in BPP book, there are only 12 questions for the consolidation reserve. So, is there more than enough for practice, or I have to opt some other book as well?
No, that is more than enough. But yes, as I told in the class also, you have to refer the past papers.
Okay, sir. September.
In the past papers also, you will not get some additional questions. More or less, it will be the same questions. But what happens? It's just a mental thing that when you solve all the past papers, now you get a confidence that boss, I've solved all the past papers. What else can come in the exam? That's a confidence that you get from your you can say self inner. So that's the only thing. And that those 12 questions, if you practice it nicely, that's more than enough. Plus, at least bare minimum 3 past papers. If you have time, solve all the past papers, because I think around 9 papers are available in the platform, right? So if you have time, you can solve it, because solving one paper will barely take you 1 hour or 1 hour or 1.5 hours max to max, right? So in 9 days, you can cover all the past papers.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Right. Now next is, I think, Sahitya. Sahitya, you can please unmute yourself and discuss your query. think in the meantime, we can move on to Subham. Subham Kadia.
Yes, sir. I don't have any specific query. I am preparing for taxation for September attempt. So,
good. That's it. Subham, you are on mute.
Sorry. So just go along with the class, practice as much as question. But I think even Shubham, Sahitya, and all those students who have not attempted for the earlier exams, but they are going to attempt in future. I think from this session, you're getting insights, right? How you should be preparing for your exam.
Yes, ma'am.
So we are going to be covering that in our sessions also. But I think this should give you an opener, eye opener kind of thing, that please don't take anything lightly. Unless you practice well enough, the professional ACCA exams, will not be that easy thing to clear if you're not practicing.
So, ma'am, I just have a doubt regarding taxation. So, I have to, in the examiner report, so I have to go through after the syllabus is completed, or how to practice the examiner report, or just read it as a.
Yeah, please go through the examiner report during also when you're doing the, the sessions right now. But suppose if you're done 8, 9, whatever chapters, the questions relating to those chapters are covered in that examiner report, right? Because there must be some questions, section A, section B, section C, like individual portions where we have covered the topics. So just take those topics also related, topic related questions from the examiner report, and then you can see what was the good attempt and what was the bad attempt.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so don't wait for the syllabus to end. You can do it in the meantime. Go along with it.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Got it? Yeah. So next we can have Suman.
Hello, good evening, sir. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Ma'am, I'm also appearing for the September attempt for the first time. So as of now, I have no query.
And you're for which subject?
FR.
With Vishal, sir?
Yes.
Okay, so sir.
Ma'am, you're on mute.
Sir, I want to ask one thing. So, how many times the revision is needed for FR subject?
That's a very subjective question. I'll say that, see, for any student it can be 1 time, for another student it can be 4 times even. Totally depends upon you. But what I will recommend is 1 time with the class, and after that once again, bare minimum. This is what is required. Okay. But yes, if you are not getting confidence, revise again. Revise as many times as possible so that it gives you confidence. See, when you are appearing in the exam, sitting in the exam hall, mind should not be doubtful. यार ये नहीं आता है. हमेशा एक एटीट्यूड होना चाहिए कि I know things. You should be confident about yourself. और जैसे अंशु मैम ने बोला भी था इनिशियली कि लास्ट का जो एग्जाम का दिन होता है ना, उसमें ऐसा नहीं कि we should try to grab knowledge. नहीं, जितना पढ़ा है ना लास्ट 3 महीने में, that's sufficient. जो कुछ छूट गया ना, तो उस पर फोकस मत करो. जो पढ़े हो उस पर फोकस करो, वही काम आएगा. Right? So that's the thing. Revise as much as possible, as much as you can do according to your suitability. That's the only thing. That's the only answer that I can have.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, welcome. Anyone else has any other queries?
Ma'am, I have one more query.
Yeah.
One query for Vishal, sir. So, like you mentioned, actually I skipped after 80% of the course. Do we have to go for the CBE platform, or there was a different 60%? I skipped that point from you.
It's not about 60% or 80%. It's just basically what you can do is, once you have started, see, when you're solving the IFRS standards, we cannot go and do the CBE platform, right? We cannot do that. So what you can do is, once you are done with the preparation of financial statement chapter, right? Then from that time itself, never practice any question of section C in the pen and paper. Always practice that in ACCA practice platform. See, for FR, I'll just say only one thing. Section C, you should practice in ACCA practice platform. A and B, you should, if you're appearing for center-based, you can practice in paper and write the answers. If you're appearing in from remote-based, you can learn to use Scratchpad. Practice using Scratchpad, because that's what you have to use in the exam. Just modulate your plan of study according to the exam. What exam you are appearing for? What is the mode of exam? Modulate your study according to that.
And Deepti, I would want you to appear for center exam, not remote based.
Right.
Because remote based, you are using online scratch pad, you are not comfortable, then that just loses on the time and that gives you panic mode. So please appear for center based only, and whether it's for FR or for all the subjects, but like rightly put up by Vishal sir, once you have covered substantial paper, substantial syllabus, please start practicing section C, especially on the learning platforms. Very, very, very highly recommended and highly needed.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay?
Okay, sir. Okay,
Yes.
sir. Yes,
And
ma'am.
whenever you have any sort of queries, don't hesitate to reach out to us.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I believe everybody's queries we have taken. Just guys, another just 2 minutes. I'll take you across to examiner report just to make you familiar with it. And then we'll just have some quick tips and then we'll just sign off. Okay. So I'll just take you across to that. Sorry, would you be taking or should I take?
You can continue, ma'am.
Okay. So suppose I'll just take up any of the topics, okay? Any of the subjects, not just any particular subject. So suppose this is our ACCA portal. This is students. Here I'm going to study support resources. Okay. This is ACCA qualification. Now suppose I'm taking PM only. If I go to PM, then I will just look here. See, can you see here? We have examiner's report. So I will just go through this examiner's report. It is attempt by attempt. So you can see it's at least for the last 9-10 attempts that's given. If I just take out any one of the reports, you will download it. And then we can see the general comments given and then the specific comments given for each of the questions. Okay, so that will give you an insight that how should the working go in and what was the mistakes that were done by the students. So like I was saying, Shubham, to you, now suppose this is, I'll just open for taxes also for the time being. Give me a moment just. So suppose I am, going to taxes. Now here, if I open the examiner's report, and I'm just opening randomly for June 2019. Then suppose the first example is this. First question, what is the amount of capital allowances that he can claim? Now, tomorrow when we're completing a capital allowances chapter, then you can just look at this particular question and then you can just see that what was the correct answer, you will calculate it. And then you can just see the guidance that how it went off. So you can see that these questions are not just that, when you can just have a look when you completed the syllabus. You can have a look at them even when you're not completed the full syllabus, right? So have a look on them on a consistent basis. And apart from this, one more thing I would just like to guide you, all the students, that apart from the examiner's report, we have something very valuable also over here, which I find it very valuable, the technical articles. Okay, so technical articles, as I've been repeatedly saying in the class also, and here also I would just like to repeat it to all the students that, we have these technical articles on every subject and these give you even more detailed insight. So suppose if you have in the slightest of some queries or, you need little more understanding for chargeable games, then you can just click on it, go through the article. It won't take you more than 10 minutes, but this articles will even further clarify your queries. Okay, so this is what I wanted you all to please go through ACCA websites regularly. When you're doing section C questions, just quick tips I would like to give you. When you're doing section C questions, guys, please follow learning platforms compulsorily, past papers, mock tests. And mock tests done in the class also, please take them seriously. When you're doing the mock test, attend a discussion class also. Don't rely on the recordings that, okay, we'll see the recordings. Okay, so please rely on that and do have utmost conceptual clarity. Test your concepts by doing the questions yourself, not by reading the answers. Okay, time management is important. So please manage your time from day one. Have a timer for section C also, section A, section B minutely, and tell yourself every day just one thing. This is, I just want to convey to all, you all have seen the 3 Idiots movie. I really like that dialogue and I always do it myself and I always want my students to do it. Tell yourself every day, all is well, and please trust your abilities. Do not lack trust in yourself, because self-confidence is the biggest confidence. So please trust. Unless you trust yourself, you will not be able to clear the exam. Please do it, okay? And do not aim to clear the exam. Aim to get 90. Fine, this is what I want to convey to all of you. And if you have any queries, even not in my subjects, you're not my student, doesn't matter. You can always reach out to me. I will just write my number in the chat box also. Please reach out to me for any queries that you may be having as a student. Being a trainer, I would like to entertain those. Okay, thank you. That's all from my end. Vishal sir.
Ma'am, I think you have covered all the points fairly. Okay, just I'll say one point, just one point, that see, never blame anyone for if you have failed. Never blame anyone. Just identify what's your mistake. There will be something or the other mistake that you have done. Okay, just identify your mistake, admit it, and work on that. I can guarantee you will clear. I can guarantee that you will clear. Okay, target the best, and you will get the best. That's all. I'll put my contact number here so that you guys can reach out to us.
And this session was put in just in the good faith that, you know, let's connect and let's understand. So probably we were able to cover up your queries. We were able to show you a path. Okay, wherein now from today only, when you're doing questions, please follow the things that we have discussed. So anyone has any other things? Otherwise, we'll just sign off. Okay, so I think now we can sign off. Thank you all. Thank you for coming for the session, and I hope that it was meaningful and fruitful to all of you.
Thank you all. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir, for having this combined session. I think it was really a good thing that we did.
Yeah. Right.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Okay, guys. Now let's all, we really want to see you all coming with flying colors. So we'll meet soon discussing the success.
Right.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you.